The Patreon pick for this week was the 1998 film Blade, as requested by Grapeseed Oil on not Discord. I guess it was on Discord, but specifically he requested because he's a Patreon subscriber for only $1 a month. I guess I'll give the rundown of this movie. So we've got Blade, who is a vampire guy. His mom got bit by a vampire in the process of giving birth to him. So he's like half vampire, half human. You know, he's like a day walker. He can be out there in the sun and not die, but he still has like a thirst for blood. But he gets a lot of benefits of being a vampire. And he is not very happy about what happened to his mom, and I think he just doesn't like vampires in general. So he's kind of just going around fucking killing them, and that's what he does. He just goes around and kills them. He's got like some guy that helps make his weapons and stuff, and they work as a team to kill the vampires. And he meets some fucking girl that so basically he like goes to like some nightclub. He fucks him up. And there's like one of like the guys that's like an underling for the big bad of the movie, and he gets fucking burned alive and gets sent to some hospital in which some girl gets bit by that guy after he like kind of recovers from being burned alive because he's a vampire and they can regenerate or whatever. And she becomes kind of like the third partner in crime for him. And this movie kind of gets off the fucking rails. There's like the Frost guy in like the Vampire Society who kind of like wants to overthrow everything and like revive the Dark Lord or whatever the fuck, and he's doing that by decoding some ancient rituals or something, and Blade trying to stop him from doing that. He gets kidnapped by them because they use the fucking girl, as previously mentioned, as like a hostage. And they like take his like special blood or something to try and like use it to revive the Dark Lord or whatever. And they do successfully do that. And Frost, I guess, gets like the powers of like the fucking Dark Lord or whatever. Blade escapes from the fucking like blood siphoning trap though from the girl who also escapes. They're doing a lot of escaping here. He kills his fucking mom, and then he goes in and kills Frost afterwards. And that's the movie. And then it ends with like him in Russia or something, killing vampires in Russia now, I guess.
Guys,
go ahead.
I've got a haiku. Here's my haiku as inspired by Blade 1998. Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill.
God damn. You know what?
Thanks, Blade.
You know what, though? I was watching the movie, and Jackson sent me a text message, which was completely random, because he never texts me. He always sends me a message on Discord. And he's like, you should really stop trying to ice skate uphill. And I thought it was another scenario where Discord was advertising that I was playing a game. And Jackson was like, hey, you should probably try to watch the movie and not play a game at the same time. And then literally not even 20 minutes later, that part happened. So bravo on your part for that, Jackson. Yeah, I think the one thing that pops to mind for this movie, I think it was a pretty good movie, but it gets very inconsistent very fast.
Dude, this movie's fucking goofy.
It's very goofy. Like in a good way, but it's goofy as fuck.
No, I don't think it's goofy in a good way, because this movie was trying to be very serious. Like, they made it very clear that when he kills vampires the way that he does, they kind of just flash and disintegrate into dust and ash. And then literally within 10 to 15 minutes of that happening, they just stop doing that. And then they kind of bring it back later on. And then towards the end of the movie, the vampires can kind of just die to anything now, instead of like silver bullets or like a stake in the heart or something, So yeah, I definitely remember. I don't know if this is like a revered movie where people liked Blade a lot. I know
people fucking love this movie. It has a 100% in Rotten Tomatoes. It's one of the very few films to have that.
I don't think that's true.
It's up there with Casablanca.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but the inconsistencies with how they were carrying the story didn't really keep me in the movie a whole lot, unfortunately.
For me, this is absolutely a so bad it's good film. This movie is fucking dog shit in so many ways, but it's really entertaining as well. So I can appreciate it for that regard. I was pretty entertained throughout most of this film, just because it's completely ridiculous, and a lot of things are so fucking bad that it just loops around to being funny again. Like, the writing in this movie is absolutely horrible. It's confusing, and it's stupid and dumb at best. But because of that, it's really funny. Like, the interaction with the guy that gets, burnt, the main, lackey for the Frost dude, he's, such a weird fucking character, because, they keep setting it up as, he's gonna just be, some joke slapstick guy. But, no, they're just, bros, and they're just chill. And there's a lot of weird things like that in this movie, where they just, have really weird writing decisions.
He gave me Big Lebowski energy.
Yeah, this was a very silly movie.
Yeah. But the character of Blade, I just find fucking hilarious. Just the way he acts it feels like, like if an alien is trying to pretend to be human, because, like, a lot of the time, like, the way, like, especially when he smiles, like, someone will say some shit to him and he just goes, Or,
wasn't raised
and a
in a
lot of
society.
his dialogue, a lot of his dialogue and the one-liners and stuff, I thought the villain, Robert Frost, I thought he was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I found him to be a believable threat. I kinda liked him. I think, despite this being, like, a proto-superhero flick, like this, I can see sort of the DNA strands that would evolve into the MCU in this. But despite it being that, like, kind of early version of superhero movies, I appreciate that they did lean into violence and swearing. I'm glad that this is in R, in, like, an actual R,
No, the soft R's like fucking Deadpool,
Yeah, exactly. This movie has a lot of style.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It
I'd
does.
go that far.
I
It
think
has its own style.
I think it has a ton of. I think Blade specifically, at least, has a lot of style. It's a very stylish character.
He is stylish. I wouldn't say that gives him style, though,
You're wrong, but
Okay.
and then a lot of the CGI is bad. I think most
it's
of the time, like
horrendous.
this,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
this disintegration most of the time looks fine.
Yeah.
At the end, when those like winged skeletons crawl out of
Yeah.
those people's mouths, that looks horrible.
Yeah.
It's really bad, but I really like this film. I find it very, very entertaining.
Antonetta, you love this film, correct? You said this is your favorite film of all time?
It's one of them.
One of them?
I mean, I'm not saying, like Tanner said, the CGI is fucking horrible, but it's really entertaining. I mean, it's one of those films, like, I can deal with and watch it over. It's not, like, something I don't like. I can deal with it, basically.
Fair enough. It is a rather goofy film now, ain't it? And so, folks, getting onto the ratings here, I guess. I guess I'll start. I think I'm gonna be giving Blade a B-.
Whoa.
Okay.
Dylan, how about you? You're gonna be giving this like an S+ or something, right?
I second Nico's motion.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
Tanner.
I'm gonna give it an A.
A for A. Jackson, how about you?
A for entertaining.
Entertaining.
Dude, I forgot to like write down all these fucking ratings because I just wasn't paying any attention. Let's do a recap here of all these.
We have 2 B- and an A.
2 B-. We've got an A. I'm gonna give it a solid B personally. There's a lot of things holding it back, but I think this is a very entertaining movie. I could definitely see myself like watching this as like a guilty pleasure thing again.
Yeah.
Okay, Antonetta, your rating is going to be immortalized on the Guapish website. Are you excited? What are you giving it?
Probably an A. Yeah.
There you go.
Another A. Let's go. Give me a second to 3, 2, 1. B+, boys. B+.
Whoa!
Who could have guessed?
Fantastic. You'll love to see it.
Now, Jackson,
Yeah.
a big, like, when we were talking about, like, The Room, you were talking about how, like, you agreed that it was, like, a so bad it's good, but you didn't want to, like, really give it, like, that many points, to bump it up at all, because...
Well, this movie actually has some coherency to it. It has a through-line plot. It has, like, characters actually have, like, some sort of depth to them. This isn't like The Room, where every part of it is completely irredeemable. And I still rated The Room all right. I gave it a D+. That's not horrible. It's, like, on the cusp of being, like, a below-average movie.
It's on the cusp of being a pretty dang good,
No, but, like,
It's on the cusp of not dog shit.
Yeah, no, I think I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I enjoyed watching The Room just for, like, the absurdity factor of it. So, yeah, I get why you're calling me out on this.
Yeah.
But I definitely think this movie has a lot more going for it just from, like, a structural perspective than something like The Room. Enough to bump it up to be, like, an actual, like, contender for a movie of all time.
Yeah, I forgot what The Room was for a minute.
Yeah, I prefaced saying this is, like, a so bad it's good movie for me, but I definitely don't think it's, like, that bad.
Okay.
From like most standpoints, I definitely think it's a bad movie in a lot of ways, but not like it's not fucking horrible.
Okay, gotcha.